Hi everyone, this is Michael with the general love reading for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I do hope that this video finds you well. This is the very first series of Heart of the Matter where we get to the bottom of blockages and insecurities that keep coming up in relationships and ways to empower ourselves and to work with other people to get the relationships that we really want. I do hope that you're excited for this. I did do a poll last month asking people what sort of mid-monthly readings they were interested in, and it's not a surprise that the love readings came out on top. I know they're very highly sought after on YouTube. They seem to be the most popular. Before we actually begin, I would like to announce that I am offering giveaways on this channel now once we hit certain subscriber counts. Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I would like to offer the winner a choice between a free Reiki session or a free tarot reading. Sorry, I've been talking all day and I'm losing my voice. But I would love to offer that to the winner after hitting 10,000 subscribers. If you haven't already started following me on my other social media, on my Instagram and Facebook, where I post blogs, pick-a-cards, and general readings, definitely do that so you don't miss out on the chance to enter. I think it's just a really nice way of expressing my gratitude for all of you. It's been an absolute gift to give these messages to you and to do this as work. It's just incredible to me. It's a dream come true. And it's just amazing, most of all, to see people's energy and to see people sharing and commenting down below and sharing their experiences, because I think it really helps people realize that they're not alone. You know, we're not just these little bubbles. We're all part of this giant ocean where there's these currents, these tides, these themes that we're all dealing with, and we're all going through similar things. It's just part of the human experience, and that's what tarot is really about to me. It's depicting the human experience. So thank you so much for sharing your energy in that way and just sharing your beautiful words and support. So make sure to hit like and subscribe to really help this channel grow so that we can get to that giveaway and we can share these messages with the world. Thank you so much. Before we begin, I do like to disclaim that this is a general reading, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you. It is up to your own discernment and intuition to figure out what is for your own life and what is to be meant for someone else. Some of the energy may come up in the reverse, so your person might actually be your cards, and your cards might actually show up as your person's, so keep that in mind. If you are cross-watching for someone who has Virgo in their chart, or a lot of Virgo placements, you are probably showing up as the other person. And don't get caught up on the gender or astrology of the cards. This is mostly just energy. It's not necessarily a fixed characteristic of this person, so don't get too caught up in the minutia there. It's just the way the energy is expressing itself right now. And if for some reason this message doesn't resonate with you, you are more than welcome to take a look at the other signs, your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. You can also look at the general readings and see if there's anything there. And of course, there's just a library of YouTube tarot readers out there. And I'm sure someone has the message for you that you need if I'm not picking up on your energy this time. And I think that is everything. I am just going to set a space here, set the intention, and I definitely invite you to take a deep breath and to clear your thoughts before we continue. Perfect. What are the messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? And I know it must have seemed weird to a couple of you why I asked you to share a breath with me, taking a breath in, but I really do feel like this energy is timeless, and it actually does help if you participate by doing, by sharing this moment together like that. Interesting. What are the messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding love? What are the messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding love? Show us clearly, what wisdom do you have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding love? Hmm. Interesting. What are the messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in Virgo for love? There we go. A lot of holding back. These cards are kind of taking their time. Just a few more. That's too many. Hmm. One more. What are the messages for love? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Took some time to make all the cards fall out, but that's just what happens when you do these readings live. Sometimes it takes a moment. We do have as the overall energy here this Queen of Cups. This tells me that a lot of you are actually involved with a water sign or interested in a water sign. This could be someone who is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. They could also be a third decan Gemini, so someone born late in Gemini season. But this is actually a really good overall energy. This is a really good start for a relationship. There is a lot of nurture here. There is a lot of love that is here or that is coming your way with someone, especially if they're a water sign, or potentially an Aquarius or Libra is what's coming up. I do feel like there's just a lot of healing. I feel like right now there's this healing that's going on for you and your person. It does feel like you're in actually you're in a pretty decent space, I have to say. A lot of these readings have been really hard because of the Uranus conjunct Venus opposing the Scorpio full moon. That Uranus and Venus is in Taurus, so there's like the opposing energy there, and there's a lot of shakeups in relationships and the way we approach relationships, but it actually seems like Virgo is doing pretty well. We are trining with that Capricorn there, so maybe that's why it's kind of lightening the effects of that intensity. I do see as your fears and worries, we have this Three of Wands. It feels like there's something you're waiting on, something you're waiting for that's not quite coming to you yet. You might be considering ways to put yourself out there more, but it actually seems like right now you've already done a lot. It's like you've done what you could in a situation and you're kind of just waiting on the other person, or you're kind of just looking out there for something new. You set your intention, so to speak, and you're now just waiting for something to come in. I do feel like for their fears and worries, your person, they do have this Five of Cups. They're definitely going through some heartache right now. They're definitely going through some disappointment. I think they're afraid of hurting themselves again, is a theme I'm seeing with them. But overall, it looks like, kind of wallowing over something. They're focused on what was lost. They're not focused on what's still there that could potentially be you, or it could potentially be some other part of their life. I do honestly get the sense that there is something here. It doesn't feel like a separation necessarily, or it does feel like things are separated, but it doesn't feel like it's over, is kind of the sense I'm getting for a lot of you. I do have as this blockage for your side, we have the Star, which tells me that you need to be working with the law of attraction more. You need to be working with setting out your manifestation, setting out desires, literally writing stuff down, and not focusing so much on the person, but just the way you want your relationships to feel. I do think some of you could also be dealing with an Aquarius that might be holding you back as well. Their energy is coming up a little bit oppressive. Or there's just someone who is blocking you who has a lot of Aquarius placements in their chart. It does feel like there might be this lack of faith that you have right now as well. You might feel like things are just hopeless in your love life, you're never going to find the right person. And I think there's something here. There is something here for you, especially involving a water sign, or again, an Aquarius or a Libra. It just feels like the timing right now is kind of weird. I do have as their blockage, we have this Eight of Pentacles. I feel like there's something involving work. They might be overworking themselves or overextending themselves. They're putting their energy in the wrong places right now, is what I'm getting. And that's almost what I see you doing on a more energetic level with the star. So there is kind of a bit of mirroring here. And I have to say, your energy actually looks a little more optimistic overall than your person. Because it seems like you're still looking out. You're still trying to see what's coming next. This person still seems very stuck in the past. I don't think they know how to go forward. And I am actually getting the sense, as your recommended course of action with this Ace of Cups in reverse, this person still needs to go through some stuff. They're still working on some things. I don't think it's up to you to reach out to this person. I think with this Three of Wands, you've already done that, and it just made you more anxious. You're not putting out any more energy, and you're just kind of waiting for things to come to you. I feel like you might also be turning some people away, especially if there is an Aquarius for you. But it just seems like you're in a more introverted state right now, and that's actually kind of advisable for this time period. And again, just waiting for things to come to you. There could actually be a past reconciliation that's coming up. Sometimes the Ace of Cups in the reverse does indicate reconciliation, but I'm overall getting the sense that this is just telling me for you to hold back right now, for you to be careful with who you're giving your cups to, and to really work more on the energetic level. That is actually kind of the advice I'm getting for you, Virgo. I do have as their likely course of action, we have this Justice card in the reverse. I think they're just not thinking very clearly. They're letting their emotions get the best of them. Their judgment is very clouded right now. Again, this is also Libra energy, so you could be dealing with someone who's a Libra, but it just feels like things are not, they're not being fair, they're not being just, there doesn't seem to be a give and take right now. I almost wonder if they don't have the ability to have this give and take with you. But this is interesting. I do have as kind of the outcome card here. We have this Nine of Swords in the reverse. I feel like some of you are coming out of a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. There's, again, it feels very introverted for Virgo right now. And I think this person, the person you're dealing with, they're much more focused on the external. They're much more focused on the physical. And they're trying to escape their emotions. I actually feel like Virgo is working with their emotions. They're working with healing themselves. There is a need to heal, for sure, with the Star card. And I see that as the Ace of Cups in reverse. There is this need to heal. There is this need to tend to yourself a little bit longer. I do feel like some of you really might be turning someone else away. There might be a lot of rejection that you're giving out. You might be breaking a few hearts, Virgo, because I think you know there's something out there. You're thinking about that a lot. You're really worried about that, actually. And I feel like you're afraid it's not going to come. It feels like you're kind of surrounded by frogs, is almost the energy I'm getting. And with the Star card, again, this is really important that you're being mindful of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. They are also creating your perception of your reality. So what you think is affecting what you're seeing. And that's very important. You can have your wish granted here, but I am almost getting the sense that it's about timing right now. With the Nine of Swords in reverse kind of as the outcome, I do also feel like you are coming out of the worst of something. You are coming out of this sort of nightmare situation, and it feels like the worst is behind you. You are leaving behind a lot of anxiety. And it seems like you're finally getting the rest that you need. You're putting something to rest. Let's see. What is the animal wisdom for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding love? I always like to close out with the animal cards. I feel like they give a really solid sense of what we can do action-wise to move things along in our lives. Animals are really good teachers for that. They're very connected to the physical. What is the animal wisdom for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? And I do have to say, again, with all of the stuff happening astrologically, there's just a lot of intensity that's coming up. This is very temporary for a lot of you, so don't get too discouraged if this isn't the message that you wanted to hear. Interesting. Yeah, so we do have this Deer card here showing up for your energy. There is a lot of healing and regeneration that's going on for you. Some of you may also be dealing with mother issues. That is kind of something I interpret with the deer because it is a divine mother. It's a very sensitive creature, very maternal. I feel like there is actually a new beginning for you that is around the corner, that is coming, but it's not here yet. And it's just important for you to be mindful of your space, the people you surround yourself with. You're very sensitive at this time, but it's in a very earthy way. You're still very grounded, and this feels very much like a Virgo card in a lot of ways to me. You're just feeling very, it's like this feminine power is what I'm getting for a lot of Virgo, and it's important for you to connect to nature right now, to really connect with nature. That's going to be very, very healing for you. That's actually going to help you release these blockages. That's going to help you get back in touch with these natural cycles. I do also think some of you should be working with the moon. I've personally had a lot of success doing that, setting manifestations on the moon and on the new moon and releasing things on the full moon. As for their energy, we do have this Tiger card. I do feel like there is some shadow work that your person needs to do. They do need to go through some darkness, but that they are able to do that right now. They're just really, they're finally able to look inward, it seems like, and get back in touch with what they want. Tiger is also surprisingly sensitive, and I do feel like they do need to pull their energy away right now. They've been overworking themselves, and I think there is this need to reconnect. So if this is a person you know, they may actually want to have a night of silence, a quiet evening would be very healing to this person. That might be something you want to recommend to them or give to them. I do feel like they also recommend candle gazing or tricotta as a way of bringing this energy into balance. That might be useful for them, or just some sort of healing with the fire element. I almost get the sense that they are watching you with this tiger. That they're watching you very closely. They're paying close attention to what it is you're doing, because I think they see that you're healing. And there is a lot of emotional connection. There is a psychic connection here with this Queen of Cups, and I actually see it with this overall energy with the Bat as well. Bat is very attuned to the subtle with their echolocation. It's very clairaudient. Some of you might actually be reading each other's thoughts or sending each other messages on a spiritual level. This does also indicate endings, however, kind of the dark night of the soul, but it's always the reminder that it's darkest before the dawn. Again, it does feel like there is something coming, but it's not here yet. There is still more mystery that needs to be explored. There is more healing that needs to be done with this moon here. We did just have a full moon as well, as I said, and I think you're still integrating all of this energy. I know it was a really heavy one for a lot of people. So just something to keep in mind there. I feel like they say for this card to bring it into balance to watch a sunrise. So really anything that helps you remember that there is always a new day. Things come in cycles. They come in cycles of light and dark, beginnings and endings. And when you're at an ending, you know that there is a new beginning around the corner. And I do feel like that is going to be a really lovely beginning with this Queen of Cups here. And you're coming out of a lot of fear. You're coming out of a lot of anxiety. I see this as very healthy. So I really wouldn't be too worried about this back card. Sometimes it can be a bit heavy, but this feels much lighter than the other interpretations I've gotten for it. And those are all the messages I'm getting for you right now, Virgo. Again, I do hope that this resonated. I do hope it was helpful. You are welcome to look at the other videos for your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I have a chart calculator in the description box down below. You're also more than welcome to take a look at the general readings to see if there's any messages that this reading has missed. And you are also able to book a personal reading with me, donate, schedule a Reiki session. All of my information is down below in the description box. Lots of interesting links down there. And I think that is everything. I do hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you next time. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Bye.